The one thing I love about One Piece is the amount of foreshadowing and hints and the amazing writing that Oda provides within the story. And that foreshadowing, hint, and amazing story writing is something that always progresses throughout the whole entire story and it gets better and better. It's almost like a red button that you don't really know what to expect once you hit it. And then once you end up hitting it, there's a world of greatness that comes with it. And with that red button, you just get so much entertaining videos and so much entertaining content that you never realized from the beginning that you would actually receive. And Oda is really good at that. He's good at showing people that a little small hint for the readers could be something really really significant in the future. You just have to pay attention and click that red button, for example. And that is what makes Oda such a good writer, a good storyteller, because the way that he displays the amount of information and lore, foreshadowing, and hints within the story. But just like the hint and foreshadowing that Oda has been giving us throughout the whole entire story, I hope you can also realize that there is a hint for you to subscribe to the channel and you will receive a lot of good content. Just be brave and hit that button. Stop this video, hit that button, come back, and enjoy the rest of the video. What's up, guys? It's Mei-Ō. It's been a long time since I've made a video. I know, I stink. I've just been busy, but guys, I'm making more videos for all the subscribers that continually are watching my videos. I appreciate you guys for being here watching my videos. And guys, I'm going to be coming out with more videos, I promise. There's a lot of things that I want to do with this channel, so just bear with me. You won't regret it, okay? Today we're going to be talking about something important that I've realized that Oda has been hinting at ever since the Zou arc. And it's progressively been leaning to something that I've actually enjoyed. And I want to share that with you guys. It's a crazy sort of theory, but it's mostly going to be a discussion on what I actually expect in the near future of Wano. Now, Oda is really good with folklore. One of the things that he's always embedded within his stories in One Piece has been something that has mainly happened throughout the history of this world. It doesn't matter on which country it is, he always just puts his hint of lore and foreshadowing and actual folklore that has been extremely entertaining to read. Now, one of the things that I'm talking about was back in the old dynasty within China, where China had got rid of a sort of government that uh, was a tyrannical government, or something that was not so tyrannical but more enforced within this specific land or country, sorry. And then all of a sudden, when that was well and done, the another world government or another government sort of invaded them so they can take control of the land. And something that we've seen is probably going to end up happening, especially with the most recent chapter, 1028. This chapter shows us the real issue that we're going to end up having to deal with once Kaido is put down by Luffy, and that is CP0. Now, this has been hinted at and foreshadowed within the world or within the story since the Zou arc, when it was first mentioned by Nekomamushi and Inarashi that the information and the ability that Robin holds is something that a lot of people would want in the New World. And it's something that's way stronger and way more threatening than what CP9 actually could produce within the first half of the Grand Line. Now, the amount of threats now is increasing and way stronger than CP9 was when they were in the Paradise sort of Grand Line. And that is sort of shifting or shaping on something that will lead to a possible abduction for Robin. Now, we all know that there's a possibility that this won't happen, that the Water 7 arc and the NES Lobby arc would not happen all over again, because it would just be a repeat of those two amazing arcs, and those arcs was something substantial for the series alone that created a whole new different fan base for this story alone. So what could this possibly lead to? Well, there's about a few probabilities that I've actually come up with that is part of my theory that Oda is most likely going to end up setting up for us. And that is the confrontation between CP0 and possibly one of the fighters that remain on Onigashima. And it's going to be more apparent throughout this video on which one would most likely happen. Now, we're going to start with the craziest one and end with an even more crazy theory. So the first possibility is something that I feel like a lot of people has glossed over, and that is the possible connection that Zoro has with Ryuma. Lately, we've been getting a lot of information on Zoro and the possible lineage connection with Ryuma and Zoro's possible father being a Shimosuke. But what we didn't realize, or what I haven't seen anybody actually realize, is that one of the lores that comes with Ryuma. Ryuma was announced the sword god within Wano because of the way that he maneuvered the blade, as well as the technique and the sort of force that he represents within the world of Wano. He's the person that every other person outside of Wano would have to take care of because he was the best swordsman in Wano. But one of the main things that was also mentioned within the topic of Ryuma was the fact that he became the sword god because he took care of a dragon. A dragon that tried to enter the world of Wano, or the land of Wano, and tried to sort of take over Wano, and he took care of that dragon. Now, you could say that it actually might be a dragon due to the point of the history that they were probably living in. There was a significant amount of dragon in the past, and that has been mentioned multiple times. But another thing that it could possibly mention, or possibly actually lead to, is the celestial dragons, the world government, the people who controlled the world government, and how Ryuma was somebody that actually took care of the celestial dragons and the world government, so the world government didn't actually invade Wano. Now, you can probably see where I'm coming from now, and that is the possibility that Zoro is not done yet. The amount of strength and amount of poise that Zoro has actually been showing throughout this arc alone has increased on why he is cemented to be the second strongest in the Straw Hat crew, but leading towards the future that he would be the second strongest in the verse after Luffy. And this will also make more sense on his lineage factor and him actually being connected to Ryuma if Zoro, right after his battle with King, that he takes care of CP0. Now, it wouldn't all be by himself, but he would be the person that would lead the fight because Luffy would be out. Luffy would be probably exhausted because of Kaido. Now, this would lead to a lot more different possibilities, but this would mostly be about the connection that Zoro has with Ryuma and the standpoint that he will end up having within Wano after this battle is over, which I feel like Oda is mostly foreshadowing or hinting to. Now, a second possibility is Yamato. Yamato and the rest of the Straw Hat crew have really not had an important battle. And I've mentioned in most of my previous videos that Yamato and all the Straw Hats have been finishing their battles quite fast, and that there was something more important that they will need to do. And I feel like that is one of the possibilities that this would lead to, that they're going to end up fighting the rest of the CP0, and that will be their biggest threat, and not the officers and then commanders of the Beast Pirates. The CP0 is the main threat that they will have to deal with. And that is why Oda is saving their strength. And what this would also lead to is another nothing happened. In the similar situation with Zoro, where right after Moria was put down by Luffy, Kuma came in and Zoro had to pretty much take care of whatever happened. Now, in this possibility, it would mean that Zoro and Luffy are down and out, and the person that has to take care of everything is Sanji and Jinbei. These two would have to be the ones to take care of the rest of the crew and to protect Robin with their whole entire body, soul, and the rest of the strength that they actually have, which would lead to a more important situation that these guys will actually be showing us what they could do once their two main fighters are out. Now, the last possibility is the craziest one, and is something that I wish could probably happen more than the first one, well, slightly more than the first one, and that has to do with Momonosuke. Momo, as we all know, has the voice of all things. And I've been saying for the longest period of time that Momo will end up doing something extremely important towards the ending of Wano. And that important thing seems to be playing more and more on what the power of Momo could actually lead to. Now, there could be, and this possibility, I feel like there's multiple probabilities that could probably happen. Now, these multiple probabilities that I actually have thought of came down to three ones that make a lot more sense. The first one being, Momo is now a grown dragon. He could possibly, and within the next few chapters, grow as strong as Kaido, meaning that there is a possibility that he could use the same amount of fighting style and the same amount of powers that Kaido has in his dragon form to actually defend the land of Wano, where people in the land of Wano would see a dragon that's outside of Kaido, that's different from Kaido, protecting them, and this will show how important Momo would be within the future of Wano. And this would be sort of Momonosuke's version of the important hour, or just like his dad, that hour of so much grace or so much power that will cement Momo being the next shogun within the world of Wano. Now, the second probability is Momonosuke, like I said before, being able to control the power just like his power, just like Kaido, but taking Onigashima and actually landing it on top of the fleet that CP0 is actually taking. And this would automatically lead to the destruction of the CP0 and their fleet, and the only people that they probably would have to worry about are the 4 or 5 top fighters, which would be the 3 CP0 agents that are currently in Wano, and Kaku, Lucci, as well as Stussy. These 6 could most likely advance, and that would be the fight that would actually be led towards the ending of this arc. But it wouldn't be a full-on battle, because the fleet that came with Rob Lucci wouldn't be intact and wouldn't be useful whatsoever. And this would make a lot more sense, because this island, Onigashima, would have to be put somewhere, and that would be the main thing. Now, the last probability is the importance that I feel that Oda is sort of showing, and it still involves Momonosuke. And I feel like Oda is going to use Momonosuke's the ability that he has, the voice of all things, to sort of call Zunisha and sort of command Zunisha to protect the land of Wano and to stop his wandering, and to sort of lead Zunisha to beat the rest of CP0. which would mean that we would also get a significant amount of information for what this actually means. What does the voice of all things lead to, and why is it extremely unique to only Luffy and Momonosuke? But those are all the possibilities that could probably happen that I thought of. And I feel like it's going to be something amazing, something that within the next few chapters, either if it's the next chapter coming up, but something important is going to happen, and it will end up involving the history of Ryuma, or the Straw Hats stepping up to protect Robin, or even Momonosuke showing why he should be the next shogun of Wano. But like I said, something important is happening. Man, this is prime One Piece. It's kind of amazing that that most of the chapters that are actually amazing involve the chapters that have to deal with Wano, but even outside of Wano. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If this is your first time, I appreciate you for watching the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. It will really help me out. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified on all my future videos. And guys, I really appreciate all the subscribers and the people who are continuously are going to subscribe to my channel and watching my videos. I appreciate you guys a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next One Piece video.